I think this is day 4 of Andrej Stojakovic updates, but the twists and turns of the recruitment for Illinois' prized number one transfer target continue, Cart. Yesterday, we had the update on the Tipton reports where he predicted Stojakovic will commit to Illinois, and then a couple hours later said, hey, there's still a lot of schools involved. Gonzaga might get a visit. Sort of sniffed out that felt ominous. Well, yesterday, it's getting a little more ominous. John Rothstein is jumping on board with the idea that there are many other schools still involved in this recruitment. Late yesterday afternoon, Rothstein tweeted that Cal transfer Andrej Stojakovic, who recently visited Illinois, is also receiving interest from the following programs: North Carolina, Florida, Gonzaga, USC, Washington, and Cincinnati. It's the first time I had heard Cincinnati's involvement, first time I had heard Washington's involvement. There are some schools on this list that are bag dropping schools. Washington has paid a lot of money for many of their commits. USC just got a huge payment in front of Rodney Rice. That's their new point guard. They need to replace Des Claude. So presumably, some schools with some money are still trying to weasel their way into Illinois' prized target here. For what it's worth, you speculated this a little bit yesterday. Credit to you. I shut it down, I think, but you may have been right here. The smoke as of Friday morning is that Andre's agent is shopping him around still, and that this Illinois visit went great. Andre may even want to commit. Obviously, there's something that happened that triggered Tipton and everyone to think that he's going to commit. But why would he have not committed yet? Why is it not announced? It sounds like whoever's representing Andrej Stojakovic may be putting feelers out to other teams. Hey, can you outbid this? What do you make of all of these developments? Do you think that's what's happening here?
Yeah, because I believe people do their jobs, and as an agent, your job is to shop your client around. Like that. That is kind of what you are signed up to do. Now, at the end of the day, the player has their own. They have all the freedom in the world. Like if Stojakovic really wanted to commit to Illinois, and he probably maybe still does, who knows, right? He could do it, but also at the same time, as an agent. Like put yourself in those shoes real quick, G. I'm gonna put myself in the shoes before you put yourself in those shoes. I just saw Rodney Rice get $3 million. I am seeing numbers thrown around for all these other players, and I think my client is as good as those players. I think my client can demand that same amount of money as those players. Why would I not ask? Like I get he loves Illinois. Green Street slapped. Underwood patio red wine went stupid, but it also might go stupid elsewhere. Like I think you would be in the market that it's in. Yes, basketball should always take precedent over anything, but it's just not to me doing your due diligence if you're not an agent shopping your client around. Also, the part we don't want to say out loud and talk about is agents get a percentage of what players get.
That's not where I thought you were going, but true.
I mean, like, look, are you a big I want more percentage guy?
I always want more percent. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah. We're 49 minutes late this morning because we
because I want,
talked
I want more percent.
we talked a little percent. Yeah.
So like that's I mean I don't know. To me, I'm more concerned about if he takes a visit. Like I think we talked about it on the other videos. If he schedules another visit somewhere else, then I start to panic. But the client shop, but his agent shopping him around. That is what it is.
Yeah. You see this? See that?
Is that a charger? A
This is
portable
my
charger?
panic button.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pressing it. I'm pressing it. I was with you yesterday that, hey, if there's not another visit firmly on the schedule, don't panic. No, I'm past that point, and here's why I'm past that point. If I'm an Illinois fan, if I'm anyone involved on the Illinois side of this, I would be panicking a little bit. Doesn't mean they can't get him still can, but let's just be real about this. If this is what's happening, if they completed this visit and Illinois sources, everyone on the Illinois side, which apparently it's true, that's what's been relayed, is that everyone on the Illinois side expected a commitment. may have even received a commitment from Andre. I think that's why Tipton would crystal ball this. I like we said this. Like everyone left this visit on the Illinois side, any source, any coach, any media member, anything, being like, we're getting Andre, it's coming. Prepare yourselves. And then in the 24 hours that have followed, it hasn't happened, number one. And now, number two, a bunch of reputable media members that are not from Illinois' camp are acting like this isn't a done deal. And then I think it was Trilly who floated that the agent's still shopping him around. Like, how can that be interpreted as a good thing for Illinois? To me, this would signal a couple different things here. Number one, whatever Illinois people, I'm just going to use the blanket word people, anyone who has said or believes he committed, it's done. There's a disconnect between that info and what Andre's camp is telling John Rothstein and Tipton now, right? Like, that's a real thing. It's a real element. And I feel like I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, these guys are just engagement baiting. Let me break this down to you. There's no benefit to John Rothstein or Tipton or anyone being wrong. That's not something any media member wants to do. If they were being told that Andre's committing to Illinois, they wouldn't be tweeting lists. Like, the only reason you would tweet lists if you're Rothstein or someone else is because someone involved in the recruitment, likely from the Stojakovic side, is telling you that this is still open. So if Illinois side says, oh, we got him, it's done, and Andre's side is telling anyone involved it's not, someone's getting duped, and it's pretty clear who's getting duped to me here. It's not every national media member. It's the side that thought they would have a commitment by now. So, look, again, you can still get him. Maybe Andre will go around to other schools. Maybe he won't. Maybe his agent's literally just like, you know what, give me 48 hours. Let me see if anyone comes in with a haymaker offer. If not, commit to Illinois. That's still a possible outcome here. This still can end in perfect things for Illinois. I will point to this. PJ Haggerty right now. His agents aren't helping him. We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. Like, respectfully, like he's not going to get what they're asking for. Did Nico's agents help him in football? No. He left a lot of money on the table. So there is a world here that if this is the approach, it's the wrong approach from the Stojakovic side. And maybe they realize that. Maybe it all comes back to Illinois. But no, since yesterday when we talked about this, like Rothstein getting involved and acting like there's all these other schools, he's being told that this is very open if he's tweeting that, and that cannot be interpreted as a good thing for Illinois' chances here.
Yeah, I go back to this. We stated before his visit that if he leaves campus not committed, I wouldn't feel great. We went back on that a little bit, saying you should still feel great, but this is the first thing that ticks it. Like, I think on the panic scale, I was like a 5 out of 10. This is the first one that tips it to more side of like on the panic side of things than to not panicking and being neutral. I'm not saying you got to go crazy or anything like that, but the longer this drags on and the more things that come out about it, start to get a little fidgety.
Yeah. And again, by the time we post this, he might commit to Illinois. Like, I think everyone, Rothstein, Tipton, everyone would still say Illinois is the leader right now. But when the leader believes they're going to get a commitment announced, and that's wrong, or it hasn't happened in the timeline they think it's going to happen, it just feels like there's a disconnect there. The last element of this, that this is where I thought you were going to go when I don't know, in the middle of this, I was like, that's not where I thought you were going to go. Um, so presumably Illinois hosted him. He's their number one target, right? They don't want anybody more than Andrej Stojakovic right now, right?
Yeah.
They have a pretty great roster around him with the Petrovic ad, with the front court. Everything looks good. They need Stojakovic. This is who they want.
Mhm.
Hosted him, made him the priority, red wine on the patio. Everyone do great. This is awesome. We think we crushed it. We're getting a commit. Presumably, Illinois made their best offer, right?
Yeah.
What would they be saving money for? This is their guy. Presumably, Illinois made their best offer. They thought they're getting a commitment. If 24 hours later the agent says that's not enough money, let's see what we can get. What does that say? Like, I've alluded to this in other videos. Every move Illinois has made this offseason has come with well, at the value, it's the best ad.
Yeah, they've been more bargain shoppers than led on to be.
And if they can't put the biggest number in front of their biggest priority here, like, what is broken right now? This is not how they operated a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm baffled by it.
If you're Illinois, you paying $3 million for Stojakovic?
If you have it, yeah, absolutely, yeah. But that's my thing. I don't know if they have it. And if they have it and won't pay it to him and are going to risk losing him to Washington, that's a horrible move. Just pay
Yeah.
him the money. What are you saving the money for?
They could upgrade concessions to State Farm.
Like, again, do you need
We
more
had to we
tennis
had to walk
courts?
we had to walk really far for a seltzer.
We did. Honestly, maybe saving money and putting it into tennis courts is the move. Michigan State won a Big Ten title doing that a year ago. So,
Yeah. Or think about this. In a sick, twisted Stranger Things level world of champagne, Brad has trouble paying for someone with the last name Vitch too much money when he can go overseas and get some more Vitches.
yeah, maybe that's true. But just give me your Carter Elliott gut feel on this. Is Illinois,
I think he goes to Illinois.
no, not that. Is
Oh.
Illinois maxed out? Like, are they spending all the money they have, or are they refusing to spend money they have?
Caveat, I'm awful at this. My gut feeling is that this like I think they put their best offer forward, like what they had, like what they got left in the budget.
So if they get outbid by one of these other six schools, you think it's that Illinois is not competitive on the NIL front right now? That'd be the only way for me to interpret it,
Yeah, or the budget is gone.
which wouldn't make sense because, I mean, the same thing. They wouldn't match the highest offer for Dame Sar. Like, how many wing priority guys are you going to go through this cycle where it's like, nah, we don't have the highest bid? Like, you can only pivot so many times before we're like, where's the money at?
Yeah.
I
True.
mean, and also just to be clear, Purdue spent $8 million on their roster, right? Like in the CBS report of the top 26 schools, Illinois wasn't in it. So you can't tell me like a year ago we would have lost our minds at that card. The idea of Purdue spending more money on their roster than Illinois, but
Yeah.
somehow it appears they have done that, and somehow it appears Brad Underwood wasn't prepared for any of his targets wanting $2.5 to $3 million.
Yeah, it's like who is the high pay guy on the team? Like I thought that at least my in my thoughts, my view of Illinois as a program is that they would have a big money guy. Who's the big money guy?
It's got to be Tomislav. But I don't think they're paying
But
Tomislav what a first option on other teams is.
yeah, that's what I'm. But that's where I'm at though. That's like big money. That's like Michigan State big money guy,
Right.
not like we got funds big money guy.
Right. And also, like, why does all of this matter? pretty clearly, if Illinois feels so good about Andre to the point where like they thought they got a commitment here, if Illinois would just pay the most money here, they would have the guy, right? Like if there was no doubt in the Stojakovic's camp's mind that Illinois was going to put the biggest offer on the table, he would already be at Illinois.
That's facts.
So to me, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a fundraising issue or what. Because last year Illinois had the money. Honestly, if I
Oh,
had
well,
to, what,
I mean, can we say it?
what?
Illinois' big money guy married a Michigan lady.
If I had to guess what's going on, I would think it's this. I would think that Brad Underwood felt like Illinois was like very good NIL wise a year ago. Like it was like them in Indiana. They were spending more than everybody in the league. And I would think that somewhere along the way he just got a little complacent maybe and thought, oh, like I'm spending $6 million on a roster. That's tops in the Big Ten. Well, guess what? This year, $6 million is like bottom half of the Big Ten. Iowa spent more than that, we were told. So, like, my guess would be that Underwood finds a way to fix this in the next year and that Illinois is back to like a huge budget. But this certainly feels like it went sideways. If they can't just outbid for their number one priority recruit, if they can't outbid USC and Washington right now, I mean, those are Big Ten schools now. Like, this is a dangerous predicament to be in. So, all right. Thank God it's Friday. That'll be our last Andrej Stojakovic update for a few days. But hopefully Illinois can close the deal this
No, it
weekend.
won't, because at about noon tomorrow, there's gonna be some tweet that drops, and we'll be like, "Are you free?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm free. Are you free?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess. You want to hop on Zoom?" And they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure."
Can we at least pour a glass of red wine in tribute to the patio?
Of course, please.